I want to start out by asking you, tell us about Sandy before this all happened. Who were you? What was life like for you?
Well, my career was in interior design. I was in the interior design industry for over 20 years. And then I went into real estate, and I was into real estate for just about 10, 15 years. I was very active. It wasn't something that just happened. It just is very, very slow, and I didn't know what was going on. And then 2 years ago, what happened is I had a hip replacement, and when I woke up, I couldn't move my foot, and I wanted to scream. I just I couldn't believe it. I didn't understand what was going on, and evidently the doctor had damaged one of my nerves and created a drop foot. The only way I can walk is with a brace. So and I didn't know I had Parkinson's at that time. I knew something else was going on because I was slowing down. I couldn't keep up on the hikes before my surgery. I noticed that. I thought it was my hips, but I felt it was something else. But the doctor couldn't, he was just giving me B supplements that weren't doing anything. I couldn't run anymore. I couldn't cycle anymore. I couldn't get on my bike, and I didn't have the balance, and I was too stiff to navigate my bike. After I was struggling with my foot, and then I was diagnosed with Parkinson's. So I was planning to go back to work right after my hip surgery, and my entire world just turned upside down. So the neurologist said, yes, you have Parkinson's. And the only thing they could do was give me medication, and they told me to exercise. And it's been an incredible struggle to stay ahead of this disease.
How did you find out about the patches, and what made you decide to go ahead and try them?
Sandy, who was on last week, that talked about her MS, she's my neighbor. And ironically enough, we moved into the same little community at the same time. So we got to know each other. And she's my angel. She brought me the patches. She said, here, try these. I'm totally open to things. The doctors can't do anything. And we're pretty much on our own to figure out how we're going to navigate through this.
So what has happened since you started using the patches?
I had them on for a while, and a week or so, and nothing happened. And Sandy came over, and I said, nothing's happening. I wasn't sure what to expect. So she gave me some more patches, and after about 10 days, I started noticing more. I was getting more energy. And I thought, well, this is good. And then I noticed it kept getting better and better and better. And then I noticed everybody's Parkinson's is a little different. Mine, if I would bend over, it was just, hurt. Felt like rigor mortis had set in. An explanation, an analogy of Parkinson's would be to take like these deep sea divers, and you drop them to the bottom of the sea, and they've got those big helmets and all that equipment, and you see them walking, and they're very, very slow. And that's how it felt when I was at the height. It was like I could hear things, I could hear people, I understood them, but I couldn't respond like normally. It was all like in slow motion. It was incredibly, it's terrible. But yeah, I noticed that now when I bend over, it doesn't hurt. Another thing that's happens is your balance is compromised. And I caught myself walking down my stairs the other day, and I wasn't even hanging on to the railing. And I thought, oh my God. And I stopped, and I thought, I felt like I used to, just walking down the stairs normally. Wow. It was a spurt of that. I thought, oh boy, something really is happening. It was like it was bringing my body back to life. That's what it was feeling like. Back in 2018, I had a hip replacement. And when I woke up from surgery, I had a drop foot. I couldn't feel my foot. And so I was stuck with I couldn't walk. And I was learning how to walk again. And then right after that, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's. So after about 2 weeks, I started noticing some changes. I noticed my energy was picking up. And then I was sleeping better. And then I was so stiff. When you have Parkinson's, you usually get so stiff. And my stiffness went away. And then my balance got better. And then my mental clarity, it got clear again. It was like I came out of a fog and I realized how depressed I was. And I pulled out of that because I had more energy and I could do things. So that was just absolutely remarkable. For the last 3 years, if I take a long walk, I need help. You know, I started with a walker when I got out of the hospital, around the house, to a cane, to walking poles. And as of about a week or so ago, I don't need my poles for my long walks now.
Yeah, so,
I can actually walk without my poles. I can't tell you how, just to be able to do that.
Yeah,
and and I live up in Northern California, so we've got the ocean here. I wanted to go on the sand so badly, and I was afraid to, because I was afraid I'd fall, and then it gets very hard to get up. Well, I went on the sand with a girlfriend, no poles. I'm good. It was like my balance is fine. I mean, it's not fine. It's still a work in progress, but it's definitely improved.
yeah,
So
but
I feel like, I really do feel like I've gotten my life back. And we've heard that before, and I've said it before, but that is the truth.
You've talked before, but it's been a long time. This is an update, so we're glad to hear from you.
Well, it's been quite a journey for me. 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's. So little by little, things started changing, and you know, I walk straight. I am thinking much clearer. My anxiety, I had anxiety, that's gone. I'm sleeping better. I was shuffling and I'm not anymore. I think I'd mentioned that. I mean, my energy is back. My mojo is back. I noticed too, before, my eyes were like dead. There was nothing. They were just dead. And now the life has come back in my eyes. You know, I was told that if I stayed the same, consider that doing better. Well, I have to tell you, I am doing a lot better, and I'm not staying the same. I am so much better than I was. I'm not using any cane or any walking poles anymore. I am reversing the symptoms of Parkinson's. And I want to just say to anybody that has Parkinson's, you can get better. You can, you know. The important thing is being consistent with these patches and staying hydrated. Those are the keys. And I just can't imagine somebody not getting better after a period of time.